If you're watching this video right now, your subconscious is already starting a transformation. This isn't just optimism or feel-good advice. It's a precise mental frequency assessment. In the next 10 minutes, I'll reveal 5 signs that prove your wealth mindset is emerging, even if you haven't noticed yet. While 95% of people miss these signals and stay stuck in doubt, you're about to break that pattern. What I'm about to share isn't motivational theory. It's a precise identification protocol rooted in the universal laws of the mind, as mastered by Napoleon Hill, Andrew Carnegie, and Thomas Edison, to manifest extraordinary success. If you recognize at least 3 of these 5 signs, your subconscious is already recalibrating your reality for abundance. Apply the specific rituals I'll reveal for each sign, and you'll not only confirm this mental reprogramming, but irreversibly accelerate your transformation. So let's go straight to the first sign. Pay attention because this is the most subtle and the most powerful. Sign number 1. You've started to notice opportunity patterns where you previously saw only coincidences. Maybe you feel like you're not moving fast enough. You might look around and think nothing's changed. But here's the key insight. Your outer world always shifts after your inner frequency changes. The first indicator of this shift is subtle yet profound. Suddenly you start noticing synchronicities. Conversations seem tailored to you, information appears precisely when needed, and people cross your path bearing messages or opportunities that feel custom designed for your journey. This isn't luck or coincidence. This is the law of vibration in its purest form. Napoleon Hill termed this definiteness of purpose. When your subconscious fully embraces a goal as absolute truth, it fundamentally rewires your perceptual filters. You're not encountering more opportunities because they've multiplied, but because your awareness has transformed. Your mind is now laser-focused, actively hunting the possibilities you've subconsciously programmed as inevitable. Andrew Carnegie recognized this phenomenon long before becoming a titan of industry. He observed conversations about steel, business, and railway expansion with a newfound clarity that had always been present but previously unnoticed. The dialogues weren't novel. His subconscious had simply been reprogrammed with an unshakable vision of empire building. Consequently, his mind began to selectively capture and amplify every piece of information aligned with that grand objective. Now stop and think. Are you experiencing synchronicities? Are conversations happening that address your deepest doubts? Do insights and information show up exactly when you need them? If you're nodding yes, understand this isn't just chance. This is proof that your subconscious has already activated its strategic search frequency. Make no mistake, you're not just watching the path, you're walking it. And here is the ritual that will amplify this. Here's your daily mental recalibration ritual. The moment you wake up, before checking your phone, before any distractions, write one powerful sentence. On paper or your phone, the act of writing is crucial. Your sentence, "My mind actively attracts and recognizes wealth opportunities. I see the signs and move with unwavering confidence." Write it, say it out loud. Do this for 30 straight days. No exceptions. What's the mechanism behind this practice? It's a strategic form of self-suggestion, a precise directive transmitted directly to your subconscious. Your message is clear. I recognize the guidance emerging before me. I perceive, I trust, I execute. With consistent repetition, your mind begins to internalize this directive as fundamental truth. Eventually, you'll no longer need to actively hunt opportunities. They'll spontaneously manifest within your awareness. You become an electromagnetic field of potential, naturally attracting synchronistic events. First sign confirmed. Now let's move on to the second, and this one is even more revealing. Sign number 2. You now perceive setbacks and challenges as calibration mechanisms, not as definitive roadblocks. This transformation is radical. Most people collapse at exactly this point. They start their mental recalibration, plant the seeds of potential, and then at the first sign of resistance, the first criticism, the first rejection, they see these as proof of failure. Instantly they go back to victim mode. I knew this wouldn't work, but you being here means something different. If you've noticed a shift in how you handle obstacles, you're seeing biological proof of subconscious transformation happening right now. Let me break down this game-changing perspective. When asked about the 10,000 failed attempts before he invented the light bulb, Thomas Edison had a perspective most people don't get. Where others would say, I failed 10,000 times, he said, I discovered 10,000 ways that don't work. This wasn't just positive thinking. It was a deep rewiring of his mental programming. Edison trained his subconscious to see setbacks not as failures, but as valuable data and frequency adjustments. Neurologically, this approach keeps you in an unshakable state of certainty. Real certainty isn't about having no challenges. It's recognizing that obstacles are part of the process. When you truly internalize this, rejection doesn't crush you emotionally. Instead, you assess, adjust, and keep moving forward. This exact mental frequency is where extraordinary achievements happen. Henry Ford went completely bankrupt twice before starting Ford Motor Company. Where most people would have seen these failures as proof they weren't cut out for business, Ford saw them as learning opportunities. He didn't view these setbacks as defeats. They were essential lessons in his journey. On his third try, he didn't just succeed. He revolutionized the entire automotive industry and became one of the most influential industrialists in American history. Now I want you to think about this. Have you noticed a shift in how you handle obstacles? Where you used to fall apart, you now analyze, learn, and adapt. Where crippling fear has turned into productive discomfort. If you said yes, you're operating at the mastery frequency. Your subconscious no longer sees itself through failure. It processes failure as valuable feedback. And here is the ritual that will solidify this reprogramming. Every night before bed, say this affirmation out loud. Each obstacle calibrates my success frequency. I learn, adjust, and advance with unwavering certainty. Why out loud? Because hearing your own voice speak the truth creates powerful commitment. Your mind locks in the message, I've declared this, so this is who I am. Do this every single night. No matter what happened during the day, whether you had a great day or a rough day, say this affirmation, because you're not describing how you feel. You're programming your subconscious on how to interpret reality. And when your subconscious accepts this as law, you become unstoppable. Obstacles become stepping stones. Criticism becomes fuel. No's become redirections. Second signal confirmed. Now we'll move to the third signal. And this is the most misunderstood of all. Signal number 3. You've started mentally rehearsing your future reality with precision and consistency, even without physical proof yet. This signal matters because it reveals a huge misunderstanding most people have about transformation. Many write off visualization as just daydreaming, thinking that imagining wealth without having money is pure fantasy. This shows a complete misunderstanding of how the subconscious works. When you visualize your abundant life, picture your thriving business, and see your goals as already done, you're not living in fantasy. You're activating one of the most powerful laws of reality creation, the law of assumption. Napoleon Hill wrote about this technique in one of the most powerful chapters of Think and Grow Rich. He called it Invisible Advisors. Every night before bed, Hill would have deep mental conversations with 9 historical figures he admired: Lincoln, Edison, Carnegie, Ford, Darwin, and others. Through these vivid imaginary talks, he'd ask for advice, explore strategies, and make important decisions. To most people, this would sound crazy. But what Hill was doing was advanced subconscious reprogramming through mental rehearsal. He was training his mind to think at the level of these extraordinary people. The results? Hill eventually became an advisor to presidents and one of the most influential wealth philosophers of the 20th century. This wasn't luck. It was the direct result of strategic mental conditioning. When you visualize your future reality, you are not creating an illusion. You are creating a subconscious blueprint. You are telling your mind, this is real. This is inevitable. This is who I am. And the subconscious mind does not differentiate between real experience and vividly imagined experience. It accepts both as data. And when it accepts something as given, it organizes behavior, perception, and action to align external reality with internal reality. So I ask, have you been visualizing your life of abundance? Have you mentally rehearsed conversations of success, negotiations, achievements? Have you been feeling emotionally what it would be like to live in that reality? If the answer is yes, you are not wasting time. You are doing the invisible work that precedes all visible materialization. You are activating the law of assumption. And here is the ritual that will transform this practice into a protocol. Commit to 5 minutes of visualization every day. Whether it's in the morning's quiet or the evening's calm, make this time sacred. Close your eyes and create a vivid, detailed picture of your abundant life. Don't use vague statements like I am rich. They're too general to work. Instead, create a full sensory experience. Picture the exact moment you're signing that life-changing contract. Replay the conversation where your biggest achievement is confirmed. See the exact numbers in your bank account. Feel the electric sensation of success running through your body. Here's the key. Visualization isn't just a mental exercise, it's an emotional experience. Visualization without emotion is just daydreaming. But visualization with real feeling is a command to your subconscious. When you see it and feel it at the same time, you're sending a complete powerful signal. Your brain can't tell the difference between something vividly imagined and something actually experienced. It just registers, this happened. From that moment, it starts arranging circumstances to match your internal story. This isn't some vague law of attraction stuff. This is the law of assumption, backed by neuroscience. You step into the reality before it shows up physically. When you embody this reality with emotion and repetition, the outside world starts to shift, not because of magic, but because you've changed your frequency. And different frequencies see and attract different realities. Third signal confirmed. You're at a major turning point right now. These first three signals reveal something deep. Your subconscious is already reprogramming itself. You're not in the same mental space you were months ago. Where you used to miss opportunities, you now see them clearly. Where obstacles used to look like dead ends, you now recognize them as course corrections. Your ability to mentally rehearse your future with emotion and clarity isn't just a mental exercise. It's biological proof that your frequency is shifting. You're not just thinking differently, you're fundamentally transforming. But now comes the part that separates those who truly manifest from those who merely consume content. Because the next two signs are even more powerful. They reveal acceleration. They show that you're not just starting reprogramming, you're entering the consolidation phase. And when you reach this phase, your external reality begins to mirror your internal changes rapidly and visibly. So what I'm about to reveal is no longer about starting, it's about accelerating. It's about entering the state where manifestation isn't effort. It's automatic. It's inevitable. Here's the truth most people don't want to hear. Most people stop at just recognizing the signs. They notice they're changing, but they don't lock in the rituals. They don't build the habits. They don't turn insight into daily practice. And because of this, they drift. They have moments of clarity, followed by months of doubt. Because recognition without ritual doesn't create lasting change. It creates temporary excitement. But you're not like most people. You're here because something within you understands this isn't optional. Mental reprogramming isn't a pastime. It's high-performance survival. The next two signs will reveal whether you're truly committed or merely experimenting. Because sign number 4 is controversial. Many people will deny it. Many will resist. But when you see it, you can't ignore it anymore. And when you accept it, you enter a level of certainty that eliminates doubt forever. So take a deep breath, because what's coming next will challenge everything you've been taught about progress, about timing, about when things are going to happen. And if you're ready to see this, you're ready to enter the acceleration phase. The next two signs are waiting for you, and they will prove that you're not just changing. You're becoming inevitable. You've already recognized 3 signs that your mentality is attracting wealth. Your morning affirmations, your nightly declarations, your visualizations, they're all working. The frequency you're cultivating now isn't an accident. It's the direct result of your daily mental discipline. But let me tell you something most people never discover. Recognizing the signs is just the beginning. Now we'll reveal the signs that separate attraction from acceleration. Carnegie termed this the mastermind frequency, a level few ever attain. Why? Because the next two signs demand a depth of mental mastery most people aren't prepared to cultivate. This isn't about believing wealth will arrive. It's about knowing wealth is already yours, even before external reality catches up. This is where genuine transformation unfolds. Sign 4 is controversial because it goes against everything you've heard about manifestation. You've heard about detachment, right? But here's what nobody tells you. Most manifestation teachers completely misunderstand this concept. They tell you to let go and stop caring. Wrong. That creates resignation energy, not attraction energy. Let me be clear. You feel emotionally detached from timelines but absolutely certain about results. Sound like a contradiction? It's exactly what Napoleon Hill called the paradox of burning desire plus emotional detachment. You want it intensely, but you're not desperate. You visualize daily, but you're not anxious. You take action, but you're not obsessed with when it happens. Think about Napoleon Hill. He spent 20 years studying the wealthiest people in the world. You know what they all had? Burning desire plus strategic patience. Ford knew the assembly line would revolutionize the industry, even when every expert said it was impossible. He didn't care about their opinions. He wasn't stressed about timing. He just knew he was right about the outcome. This is sign 4. You've developed the ability to maintain intense desire without anxiety. When someone asks about your financial goals, you respond with conviction but without desperate energy. When something delays, you adjust the action but don't question the destiny. You know the difference between attachment, which generates resistance, and certainty, which generates attraction. Here's the key that changes everything. Attachment is a frequency of resistance. Certainty is a frequency of attraction. Attachment says, I need this to happen to feel secure. Here's the key that changes everything. Attachment is a frequency of resistance. Certainty is a frequency of attraction. Attachment says, I need this to happen to feel secure. Certainty says, this is already mine, I'm just aligning physical time with mental reality. Do you feel the difference? One is neediness, the other is command. Now here's the practice that locks this in. Every morning you'll do the declaration of certainty. This isn't wishful thinking, it's a command you're giving as law. Say out loud, my wealth is certain, the timeline doesn't matter. I adjust my actions, but I never doubt my destiny. Repeat this until you feel the energy shift. It's not about how long, it's about the moment you feel the certainty in your bones. And every night before sleeping, you practice timeline detachment. You visualize your wealth already materialized, but without a date. You see the numbers in the account, but you don't worry if it's in 3 months or 6. You experience the sensation of abundance, but release obsessive control over the when. Ford didn't know exactly when the assembly line would be accepted, but he knew it would be, and it was. You're already mastering this shift. When you can talk about your goals without getting defensive, without needing validation, without being rattled by what others think, that's when sign 4 is fully active. You've gone from someone waiting for wealth to someone who knows it's coming. And that changes everything. Now signal 5 is where real acceleration happens. You're experiencing synchronicities, but wondering if they mean anything, right? Let me be clear. If you're asking whether they're signs, they are. The universe doesn't play games with people who aren't tuned in. Synchronicities aren't random, they're confirmation that your energy is aligned. Carnegie called this mastermind coordination. Edison called it orchestrated opportunities. What were they really describing? That moment when your subconscious, laser-focused on a goal, suddenly lights up what was always there. Opportunities, connections, resources, they weren't missing before. You just weren't tuned in to see them. Now you are. Signal 5. You're experiencing accelerated synchronicities around wealth. Think about it. You're thinking about an opportunity, and suddenly someone brings up something related. You need specific information, and a perfect video appears on your feed. You picture a specific dollar amount, and that exact number starts showing up everywhere. This isn't magic, it's frequency alignment. But here's what most people miss. The acceleration window is now. Synchronicities don't last forever. They're signs that you're in the attraction vortex right now. But if you ignore them, if you brush them off as coincidence, if you don't lock in this momentum with ritual, the frequency can slip away. Look at Edison. He didn't just sit around waiting for ideas to come and go. He built rituals to catch them. His bedside notebook wasn't just a habit, it was a strategic tool. He knew that breakthrough ideas often pop up in the quiet spaces between thoughts. He made capturing ideas a systematic process, and that's exactly what you need to do now. Starting today, start your synchronicity journal. Every day, write down one synchronicity related to wealth. It could be a repeating number, an unexpected conversation, a random idea, or a resource showing up exactly when you need it. When you write it down, say, "This is proof of my frequency alignment. I am inside the attraction vortex." Why does this work? Because recognition amplifies awareness. The more you document synchronicities, the more you see them. Not because more are happening, but because your awareness is sharpening. Perception is everything. Wealth has always been there. You're just learning to see the pathways to it. Here's what separates the top 5% from everyone else. You're not sitting around hoping for wealth. You're actively in accelerated attraction. Your daily affirmations built the frequency. Nightly visualizations programmed your subconscious. Reframing failures calibrated your energy. Letting go of deadlines dissolved resistance. And now synchronicities are proof you're inside the attraction vortex, not just getting close. While most people automatically dismiss synchronicities and miss these windows, you're different. You understand that each synchronicity is the universe confirming you're on the right frequency. By making this recognition a ritual, you massively amplify your attraction power. Let's recap your journey. You've identified 5 major signs that your mindset is actively attracting wealth. Signal 1. You talk about wealth with conviction, not hope. This is proof of defined purpose. It's not motivational talk, so it's active subconscious reprogramming. Signal 2. You see failures as frequency adjustments. It's not naive optimism. It's proof you understand setbacks are course corrections, not dead ends. Signal 3. You practice visualization regularly. It's not daydreaming. It's activating your subconscious blueprint. This is how the greats build before they build. Signal 4. You're detached from timelines but certain about results. It's not giving up. It's advanced attraction frequency. Intense desire without desperation. Signal 5. You're experiencing accelerated synchronicities. It's not coincidence. It's the universe confirming you're inside the attraction vortex. These aren't theories. They're tangible proof that your mental frequency is operating at the mastermind level. Now comes what separates mastery from just recognizing. You need to lock this in through the mastery protocol. This is the exact system Hill taught his mastermind students. It's not something you do when you feel like it. You do it because you are a conscious wealth attractor. It's your identity now. And identity shows up naturally through ritual. Every morning 5 minutes you do the Signal 1 affirmation. I attract wealth with certainty, not hope. Then you do the Signal 3 visualization. You see your wealth already materialized down to the smallest details. Then you do the Signal 4 declaration of certainty. My wealth is certain. The timeline is irrelevant. Every night 3 minutes, you do the Signal 2 calibration affirmation. Setbacks are frequency adjustments, not failures. Then you practice the Signal 4 deadline detachment. Visualize abundance without a specific date. And every day 2 minutes, you record a synchronicity in your Signal 5 synchronicity journal. 1 per day, just 1. But you document and you recognize this is confirmation of alignment. That's 10 minutes a day total. Not much, but it's non-negotiable. Because you're no longer someone who waits for things to get better. You're a conscious wealth attractor. And conscious attractors lock in their mastery through daily practice. You're part of the 5% now. Not the 95% who wait, wish, and hope. You've locked in your frequency. You've ritualized your mastery. And here's the final truth. The more you stick to the rituals, the faster the acceleration. People who ritualize accelerate 10 times faster than those who just watch. Carnegie said, "The starting point is a defined purpose. You have found yours." Hill said, "The mind you feed is the mind that commands your destiny." You are feeding the right one. And Edison proved, opportunities are orchestrated when the mind is saturated with a clear objective. You are seeing these opportunities now. Your 10-minute protocol starts tomorrow morning. Not when you have time, not when you feel motivated. Tomorrow morning. Because mastery is waiting for you and this acceleration window won't stay open forever. Now I'm challenging you to do something important. In the comments, declare one signal you recognized most strongly, just one. Not for me, but for you. Because publicly declaring amplifies your frequency. This isn't a suggestion. It's part of the protocol. You declare and you lock it in. That's simple. Master your frequency. Master your wealth. Start tomorrow.